In this video, Mr. Rand is going to show us how he taught voice levels on the second day of school. These voice level cards are also available in the Positive Classroom Field Guide. Notice how Mr. Rand not only explains the procedures, but he has them practice some of the procedures that might be a little bit tricky for them.
Times, right? We're in the classroom. It is totally silent. And we can hear a pin drop. See, we can hear people's feet. We shouldn't even hear that. We can even hear next door. Sometimes we may be that quiet, we can hear next door. We might be hearing things outside, maybe even hear what the next class is doing. That is what we're going to call our level 0, right? Or our silent, where it is silent. There is one really important time when we have to be super duper silent. And that's if we have a lockdown drill. We'll practice our lockdown drill really, really soon. But this is one time where we have to be absolutely silent, right? We're not even allowed to whisper to each other, right? Which is our next one. Sometimes we might be able to whisper. This is a level where maybe we have just a little bit of work going on. If we're coming back to our table and we're doing some independent work, and I come sit down, I might whisper. And those of you in the back, you shouldn't be able to hear me. So Kwamir and Rashid, if you hear me, can you please raise your hand, okay? I'm going to talk to Jalen, okay, and I'm going to ask him something, all right? And I'm going to do it in a whisper. And it's going to be so quiet, you two can't hear me, but Jalen's going to know what to do, okay? Did you hear what I said, Kwamir? No, did you hear what I said, Rashid?
No, but all I heard was mumbling. All I heard was like.
Awesome.
All I heard was air. Pencil. That's why I heard.
That is our whisper. So some of us, though, might have a little bit of trouble of figuring out when we're whispering or not. So what I'd like you to do is take 2 fingers like this. Take 2 fingers like this. Go up like this. And you're going to put it right on your throat. Right? And I want you to say something. Say a boogly boogly boo.
A boogly boogly boo.
And do you feel how your throat kind of vibrates? Right? You feel it moving, right? It feels kind of weird. Yeah. Now, I want you to practice. I want you to practice with your finger right there. I want you to say, I like Mr. Capetta and Mr. Rand. But, oh, wait, I want you to say it in a whisper. And when you say it in a whisper, you should not hear it. You should not feel it. It should be so quiet that you can't feel it. So you can keep saying it over and over and over again, because I know it's true, right? You can say it over and over again, but I want it to be so quiet that you can't feel it. So once you do that, once you've gotten it, so I want you to try it right now. And do we hear this? Take a moment and listen, right? We hear a little bit. I can't hear next door. I can only hear really, really tiny kind of things, but I could still concentrate on mine. So that's a great job. So if we're at number 1, if we're at level 1, which is our whisper, that's what it should sound like. We should just hear some whispering. Okay? And if you need to, Mr. Capetta, I may say, hey, 2 fingers, are you whispering? Right? And you may have to do this. In the first week or so, we may have to do this a lot when we're at stage 1. And we may have to go over to Saman. Right? And that way I can get a pencil. And I whispered it. Right? And I didn't disturb Kai, right? Could you hear me? No, not really, right? Kai can continue on with her work. Okay, so that's our number 1. That's our whisper stage. The next stage we have, which we haven't really gotten to, is our group talk. There'll be times where we're doing some activities. I guess this morning when we were doing our activity with our manners and when we're saying I'm sorry, excuse me, that's what I'd call a level 2. That's our group talk. This is one where we shouldn't be screaming. We shouldn't be really loud, but we can talk. We need to be a little bit above a whisper because it might be somebody not just right across from us. Yeah, this is kind of our talking normal kind of side of things. Talking normal inside the classroom. So this is something where if we're talking about something, right? We're saying I'm sorry, an excuse me game like that. We may say, hey Yetis, did you have an I'm sorry or excuse me card this morning? Awesome. And the whole group could hear us, right, Keon? Could you hear me? And could you hear Yeti while we were talking? No, I was too soft? Or we were loud enough? You want us to try it again? Yeti, did you have an I'm sorry or excuse me card? Nice. Now, was it a little tough, Eli, for you to hear Yeti? Could you hear Yeti clearly? You could? So maybe we should be a little bit quieter. So let's try it again, Yeti. Yeti, did you have an excuse me or I'm quiet card this morning? Yes, you did. What do you think, Samina?
You were quiet and taking advice from the
It was tough to kind of hear our conversation, right?
Yeah.
That's what we call our group talk. Right? Our group talk, only our group should hear us. Only our table should be able to hear us. The next one is what I'm using right now. And that's my big speaker voice. So this is what we use, right? If I call on somebody as a whole, when we're all together as a whole class, right? This is what we're going to use, our speaker voice. This is where we stand up or sit up tall and we have to project. That way everybody can hear us, right? So if I say, right, I give you a question. Anaya, did you have a fun morning this morning?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Was Anaya using her speaker voice?
Yes.
Yeah. What would happen if the entire class used our speaker voice?
It would be so loud.
Show of hands.
What would happen, Ava? What would happen if the whole class used our speaker voice? It would be too loud. How many people should use our speaker voice at once here in the classroom? You can show me on your fingers. How many people should use our speaker voice at one time? Right? Yeah, I'd say just one. I'd say just one. Right? If we need more than one person to talk, then we're going to use our group talk.
And for the speaker voice, I saw some people maybe put up 2 fingers. Now you're not wrong. What Mr. Rand was trying to say was one person at a time should use speaker voice, right? So if I was having a conversation with Jordan with a speaker voice, and we were both talking to each other with our speaker voices, would we hear anything we're saying? If we were both speaking at the same time, would we hear each other?
No.
So one person at a time needs to use that voice.
And then we have our 4th level, which is our outside voices, right? These are when we're having fun. Some days at recess, we might go outside. We might not just be in the gym. And that's when we get to use our outside voices, right? And that's our really loud voices. Should we ever hear our outside voices in the classroom?
No.
Not really, right? We should not. We should be using our speaker voices, right? And you guys have done a great job with this. I haven't heard anybody use their outside voices yet, which is awesome, right? We just want to use our speaker
Wait,
voices,
did we use this?
okay? So if you've gotten called on and you've answered or responded and everybody could hear you, you've used your speaker voice.